Hello guys, welcome again to another class. As you know, today is Tuesday, right? So today we're gonna be learning and knowing more about what's happening in the story with August, okay? And today is a special day. Today we are going to learn more about that August and his friends. They will go for a camp, okay? A campament. Here, this is what happened. This is what happened. So thank you guys for the stay right here. Today I will show you the word of the day. Today's word is, what word do you think? Today is Tuesday. For that reason, we're going to learn a new word. And the word of today is hysterical. Do you know what is hysterical? A person who is hysterical. No, my God, no. A person who is really hungry, hysterical. Let's go into see. When someone is hysterical, they are unable to control their behavior or emotions because they are very upset, afraid, look, or excited. That means to be hysterical. Okay, when someone cannot control they, their behavior or emotions. For example, my friend told a funny joke and I started laughing. I was so hysterical that I couldn't focus on my classwork after that. So hysterical is when you forget something and you remember what you hear. So that is the word of the day completely. So now let's go with the reading of today and I will see you on the next part, okay? Let's go. So guys, going ahead with the reading of today we're going to adapt the word, the hysterical word in this reading, okay? For that reason, I tell you to pay careful attention to all what I'm going to explain to you. Okay, let's go. The reading today we're going to start with goodbye. What happened? Why it says goodbye? Let's go to see. Aggie said Bia, come quickly. Mom needs to talk with to you. I am apologizing. It isn't about you. She yelled. Not everything in the world is about you, Aggie. Now hurry up. Daisy's sick. Mom taking her to the emergency bed. Come say goodbye. I pushed the pillow off my face and I looked up at her. That's when I saw she was crying. That she was crying. And what? She was crying and what? Uh-huh. I look at her down, how in the kitchen. Daisy was lying down in the sideway, but she was crying. What do you mean say goodbye? What do you think that means, said goodbye? Let's go to see. Come on, she said, holding out her hand. I took her hand and followed her down to the hall to the kitchen. Daisy was lying down sideways in the floor with her legs strained out in front of her. She was painting a lot, like she'd been running in the park. Mom was kneeling beside her, stroking the top of her head. What happened? I asked. She just started whimpering all of a sudden, said Bia, kneeling down next to Mom. I looked down at Mom, who was crying too. So we can see right here that Daisy was very, very bad. She was really sick. So what August told her was like a goodbye because she was going to the hospital. And the mother was crying. The mother of the August mother was crying. Let's go to see what happened next. I'm taking her to the animal hospital downtown. She said, the taxi's coming to pick me up. You know, this the dog. The vet make her better, right? I said. Mom looked at me. I hope so, honey. She said quietly. But I honestly don't know. Of course, he will. I said. Daisy's been sick a lot lately. Aggie and he's old, but they can fix her. I said, looking at Baya to agree with me. but Baya wouldn't look up at me. Mom's lips were trembling. I think it might be time to say goodbye to Daisy. Aggie, I'm sorry. No, I said. We don't want her to suffer, Aggie, she said. Oh my God. Something wrong is going to happen with Daisy. Daisy's the dog of them. Let's go to see. No, we don't want the phone rang. Via pickup said, okay, thanks, and then hung up. The taxi's outside, she said, wiping her tears with the back of her hands. Okay, Aggie, open the door for me, sweetie, said Mom, picking Daisy up very gently like she was a hook droplet baby. Please, no, mommy, I cried, putting myself in front of the door. Honey, please, said Mom. She is very heavy. What about Daddy? I cried. He's meeting me at the hospital, said Mom. He doesn't want Daisy to suffer again. Bia moved me away from the door and held it open for Mom. Oh no, my God, something is going to happen with Daisy here. Bia noted, but she was crying hysterically now. August, Bia was hysterically. She was hysterically because Daisy is like going to die. Say goodbye, Daisy, kids, Mom said, tears streaming down her face. I love you, Daisy, Bia said, kissing Daisy on the nose. I love you so much. Bye, little girl. I whispered into Daisy's ears, I love you. Oh my God, guys, Daisy is going to die. Daisy is going to die. She's suffering, and they don't want make her suffer. This is really sad. Mom cried. Daisy down the top. The taxi driver had opened the back door, and we watched her get in. Just before she closed the door, Mom looked up at us standing by the entrance to the building, and she gave us a little wave. I don't think I'd never seen her look sonder. I love you, Mommy, Bia said. I love you, Mommy. I said, I'm sorry, Mommy. Mom blew a kiss to us and closed the door. We watched the car leave and then Bia closed the door. She looked me a second and then I shook me very, very tight while we both cried a million tears. Oh my God. Daisy is a dog and she was suffering. And they don't want make her suffering anymore. And this is really sad, guys. Some of us we have animals, right? We have animals, and some people uh, don't care if the animal has a problem, don't care their animals, but they are caring her. They care their Daisy for a long time. But Daisy, now it's time to say goodbye. Now let's go. Daisy toys. Justy came over about an hour later. She gave me a big hug and said, sorry, Aggie. We all sat down in the living room, not saying anything for some reason. Bia and I had taken all of Daisy's toys from around the house and had put them in a little pile on the coffee table. Now we just stare at the pile. She really is the greatest dog in the world, said Bia. I know, said Justin, wriggling Bia's back. She just started whimpering. Like all of a sudden, I said, be a noted like 2 seconds after you left the table. She said, Mom was going to go after you, but Daisy just started like whimpering. Like how? I said. Just whimpering. I don't know, Bia said. Like wobbling, I asked. Oh my God. This is so sad, guys, for Daisy. Sad. I feel sad for her. Aggie, like whispering, she answered impatiently. She just started moaning like something was really hurting her, and was painting like crazy. Then she just kind of pumped it down, and mom went over and tried to pick her up, and whatever. She was obviously hurting. She beat mom. What? I said. Mom tried to touch her stomach. Daisy beat her hand. Bia explained. Daisy never beats anybody. Oh, I answered. He wasn't herself, said Justin. She was obviously in pain. Daddy was right, said Bia. We shouldn't have let her get this bad. What do you mean? I said. He knew she was sick. Aggie mom's taking her to the vet like 3 times in the last 2 months. She's been throwing up left in the right. Haven't you noticed? But I didn't know she was sick. Bias didn't say anything, but she put her arm around my shoulders and pulled me closer to her. I start to cry again. All of them all of them knew that Daisy really, was really sick, but they didn't tell not anything to August. Guys, let's go to see what they said. Sorry, Aggie, she said softly. I'm really about everything, okay? You forgive me, and now you will, and now how much I love you, right? I noticed somehow that fact didn't matter so much. Was mommy blending? I asked. It was just a nip, said Bia. Right there. She pointed to the button in her thumb to show me exactly where Daisy had beaten mom. Did it hurt? Did, did it hurt her? Mommy, okay. Aggie, she's fine. Mom and Dad came home 2 hours later. We knew the second they opened the door and Daisy wasn't with them. That Daisy was gone. We all sat down in the living room around a pile of Daisy toys. Dad told us what happened at the animals hospital, how the vet took Daisy for some x-rays and blood tests, then came back and told them she had a hook mass in her stomach. She was having trouble breathing. Mom and Dad didn't want her to suffer. So Daddy picked her up in his arm like he always liked to do, with her legs straight up in the air, and the mom kissed her goodbye over and over again, and whispered to her while the bed put a noodle into her leg. And then, after about a minute, she died in Daddy's arm. Oh my God, guys! I, I I don't know I don't know what to say about this, because the August dad and mom didn't told him nothing about Daisy, that problem that she had, because Daisy was sick, but they didn't tell nothing to August to to don't to don't make a like to don't worry her, okay, to don't worry her. Really, really sad for Daisy. I never seen Daddy cry before, but I saw him crying tonight. I had gone into Mom and Dad's bedroom looking for Mom to put me to bed, but I saw Dad sitting on the edge of the bed, taking off his socks. His back was to the door, so he didn't know I was there. At first, I thought he was laughing because his shoulders were shaking. But then he put his palms on his eyes, and I realized he was crying, and was the quietest crying I've ever heard. Like I whispered, I was going to go over to him. But then I thought maybe he was whisper crying because he didn't want me or anyone else to hear him. So I walked out and I went to Bia's room and I saw mom lying next to Bia on the bed. And mom was whispering to Bia, who was crying? So I went to bed and put on my pajamas without anyone telling me to and to put the night light on the turner to the light off and scroll into the little mountain of stuffed animals and I had left on my bed earlier. It felt like that all had happened a million years ago. I took my ears eight off and put them on the night table and pulled the covers up to my ears and I imagined Daisy snuggled with me, her big wet tongue licking my face all over like it wasn't her favorite face in the world. And that's how I fell asleep. Ah, my God, I don't know what to say, guys. Some of us, we have had a favorite animal, right? We have had a favorite animal, and sometimes you have crying when this animal gone or passed away. Okay, I know that sometimes it's really sad because nobody wants their your animals die or things like that. We want that all of them could die, they could live for all their life, but sometimes is that won't happen. Okay, now we go with heaven. I woke up later on and it was still dark. I got out of bed and I walked into mom and dad's bedroom. Mom, I whispered. It was completely dark, so I couldn't see her open her eyes, mommy. Mommy, okay, you okay, honey? She said gruffly. Can I sleep with you? Mom scooted over toward daddy's side of bed and I snuggled up next to her. She kissed my ear. If is your hand okay? I said, Bia told me Daisy beat you. It was only a nip. She whispered on my ears. Mommy, I started crying. I'm sorry about what I said. Shh, there's nothing to be sorry about, she said, so quietly I could barely hear her. She was rubbing the side on her face against my face. Is Bia as habit of me? I said. No, honey, no. You know she's not. She's just adjusting to a new school. It's not easy. I know. I know I know you know. I'm sorry. I called you a liar. Go to sleep, sweet boy. I love you so much. I love you so much too, mommy. Good night, honey. She said very softly. Mommy, is Daisy with Gramps now? I think so. They are they in heaven? Yes. Do people look the same when they get to heaven? I don't know. I don't think so. Then, how do people recognize each other? I don't know, sweetie. She sound tired. She just felt she just felt it. You don't need your eyes to love, right? You just feel it inside you. That's how it is in heaven. It's just love. And no one forgets who they love. She kissed me again. Oh my God. So we know, guys, that not the animals go to heaven. All the animals, all the little animals go to heaven because they are poor, innocent animals. All the animals are innocent. But I couldn't go to sleep. Even after I knew had fallen asleep, I couldn't hear Daddy sleeping too. And I imagine I couldn't hear Bia sleeping down the hallway in her room. And I wondered if Daisy was sleeping in heaven right then. And if she was sleeping, was she dreaming about me? And I will wonder how it will feel to be in heaven someday and not my face matter anymore, just like it never ever mattered to Daisy. Ah, really nice, guys. Agus is really worried for Daisy, but Daisy now. Now Daisy is in heaven, is in heaven. The reminds never will forget of your mind. All of us, you have, I know that you have a favorite animal, a favorite pet in your home. Love your pet, care your pet, take care of it. Never forget your pet. Okay. Thank you guys so much for the say right here. Go to the platform. I already upload a little assignment for you to complete it. And thank you. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye and take care.